Hello guys, Dividend Enjoyer here with another portfolio update video. Currently the portfolio is worth $34,247.89. Current gain loss is negative $17.99 for the day, or about flat for today. It's currently 7/21/2025 in case anyone's wondering. Current gain loss in the portfolio unrealized is $951.29. So we have kind of modest gains right now. Some stocks are doing really well, some are doing very poorly, but I think they'll do pretty well in the long term if I keep adding. But estimated annual income $627.28. I have to say I'm above $200 from Vici, meaning that I have made over $200 from beautiful Las Vegas real estate. Something I think is going to be worth a lot more in the future because I don't think there's going to be another Vegas to be built. So I really like Vici. I think it's the best real estate investment trust company in my current unprofessional middle of the Midwest basement opinion. I think that Vici is definitely something that is really worth where it's at right now. And the market seems to think so too. I'm up 3.72%. I think it's around its fair value. I think it's closer now, obviously, because it has appreciated so much. But this stock really just trades flat mostly and then kind of breaks out up. And then it gets a new floor that's a little bit higher. But there's a clear range. I wouldn't be surprised if it came back down. Personally, I always buy this stock whenever it's below 30. We haven't gotten below 30 for a while, so I might have to revise that, and I plan on making a new stock analysis video for it. I know I kind of bounced around, but I just wanted to bring that up because, again, it's paid me over $200 in dividends, not including the $228 that it's appreciated in, or 3.72%. And it's not really a stock that I want to get rid of, so I want to just keep adding to this. I want to get it to $365 in estimated annual income instead of $336 where it's currently at. Because then if it was at $365, I would be getting paid $1 a day from, Las Vegas real estate, like the casinos, just to exist. And that's pretty cool to me. Now, I know the dividends don't really matter, and it's almost like them kind of admitting that they can't create more shareholder value. So that's kind of where stocks like Amazon in my portfolio come in. You can see now, today we were up $60.23. I think I saw an article from the Wall Street Journal saying that Amazon actually was raising prices across the board. I just did a 14-hour long drive yesterday. I was driving for that long, so if I sound tired, that's why. But I'm actually using the Amazon grocery service, so I can let you guys know how that goes. So I didn't want to drive. They're involved in so many different things. I love this business. I think it's a very powerful business. Currently up 12.52% on this. I was telling you guys when it was at 200, I remember the video. It was one of these series of videos. I was saying, guys, this is eventually at some point going to hit new record highs. I thought it was going to hit 247 at some point, and we're climbing currently. I think that we will hit 247 at some point. I don't know when the timing's going to be. I don't know. We could drop more. I just don't think it's likely. I think that this business is going to be worth more money, and I want to own as much of it as I can. I sold off a little bit because it kind of bothered me that I had like 19.4 repeating shares, and I made a decent bit of money off of it, but that was last week when I trimmed. Speaking of other stocks, I think I'm going to kind of go by the order now and talk about Hasbro. Ticker symbol HAS. I'm up $169.19 or 18.43%. I'm up a lot on this. I almost feel like I should pull the plug, but every time I do that and I want to just take profits, the stock just appreciates more. So I'm just going to kind of roll the dice and, hold Hasbro because I really do believe in the future of Hasbro. I think that Magic the Gathering is going to bring them a lot of money. I think that the tariffs are not going to be as bad as people think, and I think that the margins are pretty decent. I think in the short to medium term, Hasbro looks very good, and I think as long as they can manage the Magic the Gathering kind of market and keep it so that it's fruitful. You see all these Bitcoin prices going up, all this crypto going up. That's really fueling a lot of the collectible markets. And this is really kind of a side hobby for me, kind of studying the collectible stuff. And it kind of got me to realize that Hasbro is probably undervalued because they own Wizards of the Coast. And I know this all kind of sounds very nerdy, but I really think that this is undervalued for that reason. It's worth checking into if you're an investor. Um, and that's why I like it. I think it's undervalued because they own Wizards of the Coast, and I think that the Magic market is a lot stronger than typical Wall Street, boomers would realize because they're not involved. They don't know about Magic the Gathering. They don't even know what it is. They just want to make money. Hasbro is probably undervalued, guys. If you're looking at Wizards of the Coast and measuring how much that's worth, I think that Hasbro looks pretty good here. Moving on now. Sorry, I kind of got on a crazy tangent on Hasbro, but I really do think it looks pretty good. And I don't want to sell it, but the little kind of voice in my brain is telling me to sell it because I've made so much off of it, and it's dipped down in the history of the company so much. But that seems to be when the Magic the Gathering market was in a bear market, and it's starting to come up. So I'm just going to hold it out. I'm going to see what happens. I'm kind of interested. This could be a good learning experience. So next up, we have Meta. Obviously, I love Meta because I think that they're spending the most in AI, and I think you want to have a position in that because I think that the technology could be really amazing. I think that Zuckerberg is trying to invent the thing that could replace him so that he owns it. It's kind of my opinion on Meta. I think that Zuckerberg's a visionary. I believe in his vision. I believe in the equity that this company could bring. I think that this company is a very powerful company, a very smart and efficient company, and I think it's a company that is really undervalued for the amount of time that people spend using its products and its services. And it's very monopolistic, has amazing cash flows, continual good cash flows. A lot of people don't really think about that, but it's very solid fundamentally and just financially. And I really think that they're on the forefront of something that could be really amazingly profitable, and that's why I don't want to sell anymore. I don't want to buy anymore either because it is kind of a long shot, what I'm kind of imagining. But if it does come to fruition, it would be very positive for the business. Now, next up, we have ticker symbol PLD, or Prologis Inc. Now, Prologis did report pretty good earnings, but Wall Street is still very scared with the tariffs. The T word has not been good for Prologis, but I believe that this will kind of blow over very quickly. I'm happy to hold this stock long term. I want to hold it. Pays pretty good dividends. I'd like to have more of it in my portfolio. I think that it's a very strong business. I think that it's a very vital business, and going forward, it's just going to be worth more and more as logistical networks become more and more efficient, and they need they kind of meet a better demand for all consumers. They're going to need more warehouses to kind of store different things that make sense. So I think that this is a good play. I think also if you really want to look at like a dystopian future and you think that robots are going to replace people in a lot of the warehouses, I think that the warehouse space is going to be more important sometimes. And there's going to be fighting over space because I think everything is going to get very crowded because of just the amount of production. But I think that's a way down the line sort of thing. But I think that that is something that, no matter what, no matter how far we get with AI and different technologies, the actual warehouse logistics company is still going to be valuable because the real estate is always going to be very valuable. Next up, we have TXRH, or Texas Roadhouse Inc. I'm currently down about $17 on this stock, pretty much flat. I still believe that they're going to be able to open more restaurants, and I think that this is a buy here. Again, not a recommendation to anyone, just a note to myself in my basement. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. But I really like this stock for my own portfolio here. I think that it's at an attractive price. I think 185 or below is like a really good deal on this stock. I believe that they're going to be able to continue to open new restaurants. I think that the market is actually better than a lot of us seem to realize and a lot of us think. I could be wrong, but just the amount of wealth that's there, it just feels like everyone has this doom and gloom mentality that it can never get better. So that's why I think that it's slowly starting to come up. Because you see that there's a lot of cope on Wall Street, and whenever things drop, then you have people freaking out that X, Y, or Z thing is going to happen. But I think there's a lot of money flooding into these stocks. I think that these stocks are very high demand, and I don't think that we're in a bear market at all. I think that the momentum is going to continue to go upward. And I'm not a momentum sort of guy. I just want to get good deals on stocks. I think that you're getting a pretty good deal for a lot of businesses right here. If you look out 5 to 10 years from now, I think that the new technology of AI is really going to inspire a lot of growth and a lot of innovation and a lot of wealth creation. I think that we tend to worry about these things as people. We tend to worry about what could happen and what technologies could displace us and where the threat could be. But I really think that these technologies are going to be very positive for people, and I think that they're going to move us in the right direction, and I think that they're going to inspire a lot of value in the brands that we all love and we all use. I think that things are going to become cheaper. I think that real estate will become more valuable as we need more real estate for various automated processes that can be completed now fully by robot. Yeah, I think that the future is going to look good, especially if you're involved in a lot of these companies. I think all of them are going to get a big boost. Even the kind of boomer companies like Coca-Cola or Waste Management, like these really older sort of companies with the old money kind of feel to them, they're going to be able to upgrade all of their systems with the AI very intuitively and very easily. And I think that that's going to be a big positive for everyone in the market because there's going to be less waste. Speaking of waste, now that I'm jumping around to each individual stock, we have Waste Management down $35 today. Ouch. Up $62 overall, though, or 1.61%. Very low from where I've traditionally been, probably because I've bought more for a higher price. I don't really care where I buy this at. I just want to buy more of it. Under $230. I'm putting it in. I'm treating it almost like a second savings account with a better interest rate. I really think that this is a very solid business for me. Very defensive. I think that now is a good time to get in compared to earlier because there doesn't seem to be as much fear in the market. And fear in the market drives up the price of the stock because a lot of people want to get in after something bad happens. So it's good to get in and just stay in for the long term because they're able to consistently grow their revenue. And as they consistently grow their revenue, they're also buying back shares, limiting the number of outstanding shares, meaning that your shares are more valuable. They're also, obviously making more money per share. So that just means that your shares are making more money, so they're going to be worth more money, more likely, right? Unless something weird is happening. So I really like this business for the long term. I think it's very safe. I think that a lot of people don't think about how complicated it is to get the zoning for a lot of these landfills and how difficult it can be to get zoning for landfills. So I really like this business, and I've been trying to add more to it. I also have Apple here at $212.48. So I've been saying again and again, $210 is where I like to buy and under, not a penny more, just because I want to get a good deal on Apple because I'm kind of cautious that they might have only decent results, but I still want to own them just because I think they're a very valuable business that is going to be around for a while with a good moat. Currently up $159.70 or 5.67% overall. And guys, that was a really short window, wasn't it? There was a really short window of time where we could kind of get in and make some money on this. And now I feel like it's gone. I feel like we're not going to see 210 or below prices, so I don't think I'm going to buy anymore. I don't really want to buy anymore for anything other than that. I think that 210 or below is like an insane deal. I think that it's very likely that you're going to make your money back on it, but I think anything more, there's like a little bit of risk there in terms of what their results have to be. So I'm happy to hold for 210 or under. I don't think that Apple is going to be like the next IBM or anything and just be like, just a weak company. I think they're still doing what's best for their consumer, and I think that they're going to implement AI into their ecosystem pretty seamlessly, and it's going to make sense and make them money. I think they're just waiting for a deal that makes sense and makes them more money and increases shareholder equity. But I don't think that they're jumping to spend a lot of money for no reason when they don't know what they want to make. So overall, very happy with this one. Willing to hold it for the long term. I don't really want to sell it. I just want to hold this wonderful business, which historically has provided very good results. And I think that they're going to come out with some surprise new things that are going to drive a lot of growth. They always do every couple of years, and there's always periods where people will doubt Apple, and those are the times where historically you've been wanting to buy Apple. This could be the one time where I'm wrong, but I'm willing to risk about $2,800 on that because I think that I'm probably going to be right. Could be wrong. I still think that it's a good time to get in. I just don't think you're getting like dirt cheap prices like I did. I think that I'm going to get an insane percent gain loss on this. The most insane gain loss, though, I think I'm going to get is Salesforce. I know everyone's probably laughing because I've been holding this bag and they're saying, oh, this guy just wants to unload his bags on us. But that's not true. I really believe in this business. I think it's very sticky. I don't think you're getting out of it. I think that the new AI is going to be something that's really well developed, and I love Salesforce as a business, and I'm going to be wanting to buy more of this stock over time. I'm really interested to see how their earnings are. I think that they're this week, and I'm going to be watching them. I really hope that Salesforce does well. I think that it will continue to do well. I think that the fact that they've raised prices is very positive for the company. I think that the company is in a very strong position to make a lot of money, and overall, I see that I'm down $709. That just makes me want to buy more to kind of lower my cost basis and make more money off of this business. So I really love all of the businesses that I own here. I don't really want to sell out of any of them. I will not probably be adding more money into the portfolio just because I need to build up my cash reserves a little bit more, just so I can handle any kind of emergency. Now, I don't want to sell any more stock just because I don't want the tax implications from that. But I also don't want to just put more money into the market because I would rather build up some more money in case of like an emergency or something like that. So expect in the challenges that there's not going to be a lot of difference between these businesses. I'm just probably going to be holding and then reinvesting whatever dividends come in. But pretty soon I'll end up, if I see a good deal, I might throw $1,000 here, $500 there, something like that. It'll be a little bit in the next couple of months just because I'll be recouping my cash back to a level that I would find acceptable, just because I had a major purchase. So, yeah, I really feel like all of these businesses are very strong. Oh, American Express, too. I'm up $229.49 or 8.91%. I thought earnings were good. I don't know. I just want to hold this for the long term. Don't really care about what Wall Street thinks. Not necessarily crazy to buy. If it goes below 290, I'll buy. But again, I just want to keep more cash on the sideline. And I think I'm pretty well exposed. I think I have a pretty decent portfolio here for right now, and I think it's going to continue to grow. I'd like to throw more money in, but yeah, I think that this is pretty solid portfolio. I think I have pretty reasoned opinions on each business, and I really do believe that Salesforce next year will be my best performer. I think that it's going to be worth a lot more money into the future, and I think that it's really being undervalued, and I think that the expectations are very low, and that's right where I want them to be. So if I get some more money, I'm going to put it into Salesforce, I think. Also, again, Apple under 210, that's first priority. Waste management, I'd like to add some more of as well. Even Amazon under 247, I think if you can get, or 242, I think might be the 52-week high. One of those two. If I could get in on the lower bound of that or just underneath that, I think that that's still a good spot to get in because I really believe that the future is very bright for this business. Going to do some stock analysis videos of each individual company here. Also going to do one on Energy Transfer because I know that that's a business that a lot of you guys really like, and that gets a lot of views on the channel. So I'm going to keep doing kind of more stock analysis videos, but I think I might have them in like a separate playlist. So maybe it'll be like season 2, and maybe I'll make it like a series or something. But yeah, overall, really thankful for all you guys. Really thankful that you guys decided to spend your Monday night listening to me ramble about stocks. And wherever you guys are, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for watching my videos. Really appreciate all of you guys just letting me do this hobby and building the best community on YouTube, in my opinion. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your night. And I hope that you're doing some research into your stocks, and I hope you're going out and walking into the sunlight. So have a great rest of your night. Bye.